You know, a lot of House Republicans have been ducking these interview requests today. And frankly, from a reporting perspective, that actually makes it harder to find out, given the new vote, what Donald Trump's impeachment defense is at this point. But now we are joined by someone leading that very charge. The Republican Party's national spokesperson, Liz Harrington, from the RNC, and a legal expert who, as you know, if you watch this program, has previously advocated for the legal case for the impeachment of Donald Trump, former prosecutor John Flannery. Thanks to both of you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Here.
Liz, I will start with the straightforward question. Are the Republicans still asking for foreign help to get Trump reelected?
I would ask the Democrats, because we spent 2.5 years debating that very question, right?
Well,
it was all
I'll tell you
about
what,
a Democrat
I'll make you a deal.
dossier.
I'll make you a deal. If you ever host The Beat, you can invite guests on and ask them questions. But I'm asking you because your president, right, went out in public and said, yeah, of course I asked Ukraine for help. So is that still the way you want to win re-election?
Is Nancy Pelosi still praying and taking this very solemnly when she's going on late night TV and yucking it up about taking away our votes in 2016? Because that's what this is exactly what's happening. I want to go back to the chart you put up at the top of the show, because that's what gives away the Democrats' play right here.
We'll put it up for you. You want to bring evidence? And then John gets his turn. But go ahead. Walk us through. Let me lead you to the chart, and then I'll give you another turn. What's fascinating here is 1 out of 4 Republicans now going elsewhere, disapproving of Donald Trump.
Let's talk about what the real election meddling is. Trying to drive down the president's poll numbers, a popular economy. Look at the economy numbers we had today. The robust economy that President Trump has ushered in, going into a re-election. And what are Democrats trying to do? No bipartisan support for this witch hunt. They're going in trying to drive down his poll numbers. And that's exactly what you see right there.
You get your time in turn. I'm going to bring in John Flannery. I am going to note for the record, you didn't really answer the question put to you twice.
Right.
But you did
He didn't ask for help. He asked for help in looking into the Justice Department legitimate investigation into the election meddling in 2016. That's what the favor was.
Okay. There's your position, your answer. John Flannery, your turn.
Well, to go to the point, he was saying, if you want the missiles to protect your entire nation state, you better give me some lies on Biden, who's going up in the polls. And by my way of thinking, defying our policy about helping Ukraine against a Russian aggressor who is the puppet master for our president, and saying that I want you to give me dirt because I can't otherwise win this election. And I've been working on this since last November with my mouthpiece, Rudy Giuliani. I think that's a little different than minimizing what the Democrats are doing. But my concern about the Democrats is more like MacArthur Park. In fact, the remark by Pelosi about when are we going to hold the hearings made me think about it. And I'm concerned that Schiff will leave that cake out in the rain. And I don't think I can take it. It looks so long to bake it. And
you're worried that the Democrats are delaying too long.
Yes, absolutely. Malingerers, why are they taking off next week? Why aren't we holding hearings now? Now, right now.
Let's talk about helping Ukraine with lethal aid. You know who did that? President Trump 3 times. You know who didn't do that? Barack Obama and Joe Biden. When Joe Biden was running
money when they needed it against Russian aggression.
We're going to do it. Hold up, everybody, hold up. You guys know how it works, both of you. We are going one at a time. Flannery, I will bring you back in. And Liz, I will say with you here on set with me, when there is an impeachment proceeding into Barack Obama, you can come back and we'll do that. But on this show, we don't do historical hypotheticals.
They haven't authorized an impeachment vote yet, so there's no real impeachment of President Trump.
You are here to offer your views on behalf of the RNC and the president as to what the impeachment defense is. I guess the other question to you on all of this is Donald Trump going to say what Mick Mulvaney said, which is basically, we do this all the time. There was a conditional bribery plot. And let me play a little bit of that for you to refresh everyone's memory, because, no offense, but he's one of the top-ranking officials. I mean, you're at the RNC. He's number 1 at the White House. True? True,
he
right?
Is the acting chief of staff.
Acting chief of staff. And here's what he said in public in a room like this, him on TV to reporters. Take a look.
Did he also mention to me in the past the corruption related to the DNC server? Absolutely. No question about that.
But to be clear, what you just described is a quid pro quo.
We do that all the time with foreign policy. But that's it. And that's why we held up the money.
that was very chopped up there, but he's talking about very generally. And I would ask, why are Democrats so why don't they want to get in the way of a legitimate Justice Department investigation into election meddling?
Well, look, I think you're great at asking questions. I have to do my job. Let me give you one more chance to answer. Let me give you one more chance to answer before I go back to John Flannery. You said it was chopped up.
And then we can't get to the bottom of
Mick
Ukraine
Mulvaney,
and the DNC.
just to be clear, quote, what you described as a quid pro quo. Mick Mulvaney, we do it all the time with foreign policy. That's why we held up the money. Was he wrong when he admitted that?
He said we held up the money because, and it's on the transcript, we can all read it for yourselves. We wanted Europe to do more, our allies, why weren't they doing more to help Ukraine? And we wanted cooperation in the legitimate Justice Department investigation into Ukraine election meddling in the 2016 election. We know a Ukrainian court has ruled that they did, in fact, meddle in the 2016 against President Trump. Politico reported this in January 2017 before
so you're
President Trump was even sworn in that they were working to
I just want to get you on the record
President
because
Trump,
hold on, let's take turns.
Is that
hold on.
interference?
If you ever want to come back on this show, we have to take turns. Rules of the road. You're kind of doing a double Mulvaney. You're saying, yeah, this was part of it. Yes, that's what you needed from Ukraine.
It had nothing to do with Biden. Listen to what Kurt Volker testified. He said Biden wasn't even a topic of conversation. And if you're having a conversation, which if you can read the transcript, we all can, and you're talking about corruption, President Zelensky brings up draining the swamp. You're talking about corruption. You're talking about Ukraine. How does Joe Biden not get mentioned when you think he was the point person on corruption?
So I gave you your time. John, I'm told we have some other news as well. So what I want to do is to close this out, make sure I give you a response to Liz's position there. What Liz is partly saying is partly, no, we didn't do it. And to the extent we did it, we were just looking for corruption.
Well, of the times that the president has withheld money, it was to get this favor. And if you want to do something, you want to read the transcript, read the incomplete transcript that says precisely the give and take, which is in exchange for javelins, I want me to do a favor, though, and it's Biden, and Biden's name is in there. And yes, it is.
DNC.
It is in there.
It's DNC
if you actually
server.
can read, I guess you think you're on Fox News, right? You can't possibly wait until somebody finishes talking. Your objective is to interfere with any truth that's said by anyone else but yourself, and what you say is not true. It's a lie.
That's not what the transcript says, and I would
That
again
is
ask
what the
you,
transcript
we should all be
says.
asking what Joe Biden and Barack Obama, why they never approved lethal
Well, when they're president, if they violate the law, we'll prosecute them.
I would do this forever, but I have other news. And Liz, I want to say, as mentioned, as we do on this show, we're looking to get everybody's views, and I appreciate you coming on the beat.
I really appreciate you having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much,
Great to have you here on set. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.